In this video, I want to compare and contrast the global bread knife to both the Miyabi Mizu and Miyabi Artisan bread knives. The reason I say both is because they are 100% the exact same knife. The only difference is the handle. The Artisan has this rosewood handle, and the Mizu has this micarta handle with a gorgeous grain structure and this red trim along the edges, but the exact same knife. With that said, let's actually go into the knives. The Miyabis are 100% handmade, while the globals are essentially an automated handmade process, and that really does show when you compare them. The Miyabi has every corner completely rounded out, so there are no sharp edges. The handle is completely and totally flush on both sides. You have really nice attention to detail, like the logo being carved into the back, or the mosaic pin, which is about 15 to 20 little pieces of copper, bronze, and stainless steel that are individually pressed in to make that design. So you can tell that someone's really put their heart and soul into making this knife. On the other hand, the global is definitely a well-made knife, but it just doesn't have that same attention to detail. All the corners are just 90-degree angles, and you can even see the forging marks where it's been put together. The actual material the knives are made out of, along with the cutting edges, are very different too. The global is made out of Cremova 18, a relatively soft steel, about 56 to 58 hardness, and it is ground down to a 15-degree cutting angle, and the actual blade is just Cremova 18. Nothing's been added or done to it. The Miyabi, on the other hand, is ground down to an insanely sharp 9 degrees by hand over a 3-step sharpening process. So not only are we talking single versus double digits, but we're talking about a 50% thinner cutting edge, which means it is literally exponentially sharper. The actual cutting edge is made of SG2, which is a very high-end powdered steel, 63 hardness. And what that means is if you use this knife properly, realistically speaking, you're never really going to have to sharpen it. Either side of the blade is wrapped in another layer of SG2, which gives you this wavy design towards the bottom, as well as this powdery, smoky finish in the middle of the blade because it is a powdered steel. And the top half is hammered, which I think looks gorgeous. The Miyabi has a full tang going all the way through the handle, while the global, a lot of people don't realize, actually has no tang at all. The blade is forged, the handle is hollow and filled with sand, and they weld it right along there, something you might want to keep in mind when comparing it to other knives. At the end of the day, it comes down to personal preference. I'll put a link down to both below, and if you have any questions, any comments, or any concerns, as always, let me know, and I will talk to you very, very soon.